Hey, welcome to Maddie's Daddy. Today we're going to talk about the Baby Brezza Formula Pro one-step food maker. It says it will prepare the perfect bottle. I'm going to also show you how to use this product so that if you have one or if you're looking to get one, you kind of know what you're getting into. There are a lot of pieces and components to this thing. There are definitely some pros, that being that you can make a bottle pretty quickly. And then there's some cons, and I'll get to the cons later. I'm going to show you this in more detail, a little closer up. I'm going to take this whole thing apart, reassemble it, and show you how to use it, because it's kind of complicated to put together. I should also mention that this is not cheap. It runs about $179 on Amazon. Is it worth it? You decide. So here is the Baby Brezza Formula One bottle maker. As you see, it looks pretty basic, but there's really a lot to this, and I want to show you how much there is to this. First of all, this is the tank where the water goes, so it's pretty obvious. This is the tank lid. This is what this stuff is. I'll just set those aside. This is the powder container lid here on top. You got to turn it and then take it off. There's that steering wheel, the locking cover. I'm going to scoot this back here a little bit so you can see everything. I'm going to take off this, and this is the upper measuring wheel, the lower measuring wheel. Here is the bottle grate where the bottle sits, the drip tray. Oh, and did I mention that this top part also comes off? So you see, you've got a lot of different components here. There's a lot to clean here, and that's the thing that I really don't like about this. Guess what? I forgot a couple things. Here's the funnel and the funnel cover. So there are a couple more things to clean for you. The question you have to ask yourself, is it worth it to you? If your baby wakes in the middle of the night, just walking in here, pressing a button is really great, because I mean, you have a bottle ready in like less than 60 seconds. I mean, it doesn't take long at all. Also, you need to look at the front of this base unit. There are different things here, like this indicates low water right here. This temperature gauge tells you whether it's warm enough or too cold. This is the different ounces, so you can do a 2, 4, 6, 8, or 10 ounce bottle. There's your start and stop button, and then here's the funnel indicator light to let you know whether or not that funnel is actually inside the unit like it's supposed to be. Here is a setup guide that they will provide, and it also has a larger set of instructions. This is just the setup. Before you use this, I want to say you really do need to clean each and every item individually with warm soap and water. I would not put these in your dishwasher. They're too fragile. Pieces can break off, and then that part will be ruined and you'll have to get a replacement part, which is kind of a pain in the butt. It'll tell you which pieces to wash. I forgot to say that there's also the silicone scraper, so I think it comes pre-installed, but I can't remember if I had to install it or not. That's what scoops the formula into this hole in here, putting it into your bottle. Now you have the different formulas that are available to you. So there are a lot of different formulas. If you can't find yours on here, actually it says if you can't see one on this list, check babybrezza.com for updates or contact customer service, and it gives you a customer service phone number. And by the way, while we're here, if this is your first time to this channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Right now you're looking at the completely disassembled Baby Brezza. I'm going to put this whole thing back together, and I'm going to base it on this Similac sensitive non-GMO formula that we have. So we're going to start with the top and work our way down. So the first thing I'm going to do is the container in the top, and that just goes right over this little hole thing that's in there. It goes right over the top. Here's my lower measuring wheel and my upper measuring wheel. So I'm going to look at this chart like I was talking about before. I'm going to find the Similac sensitive stomach one for fussiness and gas. Is that what this is? But you've got to be sure you get this right. If you get this wrong, you're going to have a problem, and this is for fussiness and gas. So there are little numbers on this little wheel, and if you notice, there goes 1 through 10, and this chart will tell you which number to put that on. And I'm guessing that's just because of various size powders, and you've got to be sure you get this right. If you don't get this right, it's going to just completely mess up on you. So I'm going to turn this, it's 8, I'm going to put this on 7, because this chart says that my Similac sensitive for fussiness and gas, the number is 7. So that's what we're going with right there. You're going to line that up over the cross, and you can only line it up one way because one line is thinner than the other slot. I'll put that in there. All right. I'm going to put the locking cover on as it says. Be sure that the silicone piece is facing down. And you'll notice also that right in here there's a little groove, and this has to go under that groove. And it says right there, lock under tab. I say groove, but it says tab. So it's got to go under there. All right. After that, I'm going to take the steering wheel. I'm going to put that right on top there. All right. So the very last thing, at least for the top part, and I'm not going to add the formula just yet, so I'm going to wait. But I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And as you notice, these little forks that are on this actually serve a purpose. And those forks are to smooth out the formula that's on the inside. So once the formula is inside, you can use that little rake or forks to smooth it out and make it a little more even in there. It's got little grooves on here, so you have to be sure you set the grooves in, push it all the way down, and then turn to the right. So that locks on. All right, that's the top part. Now, let's talk about the funnel. The funnel has a cover, and this cover can only go on, again, one way. It kind of looks like a ship from Star Wars or something. So anyway, this cover goes on just like this. It can only go on one way. You can see that both these little things point out. Push that down, be sure it's down all the way. Then you're going to put this, and push it up into the hole that's underneath, which is right under there. See the hole there? And push this underneath and push that all the way in. All right. Be sure that goes all the way in, or the indicator light saying that you do not have the funnel in will come on. Now we are to the drip tray and the bottle grate. Okay, this thing's designed pretty well in that you can only put them in certain ways. So you just kind of have to mess with it a little bit. And it's a little bit larger on one side than it is the other. Push this in. Don't force it. Be sure you turn it and get it exactly where you need it. And that goes in like that. All right, so that's where the bottle sits. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and you see all these different slots. Well, you can put a tall bottle down here, but we're going to do like a medium bottle or a little bit larger. So you push it in, and on the back side, press down a little bit. Okay, it's kind of a pain sometimes. Yeah. If you don't press down, what's going to happen when you set your bottle on there and the bottle fills up? It's going to tip forward and it's going to spill everywhere. That's happened several times to me. So it's going to do this. Your bottle's going to spill. So you want to be sure that this is pushed all the way in and then down. And it gives you instructions right there that says push down here to lock drip tray. If that's not locked, you're going to have a problem. All right, now we have the water tank, which you see this side right here goes on just like this. Pushes that down, push that down, then you're going to push this over it. All right, so that is your complete assembly of the Baby Brezza Formula 1.